Okay, now as I have told that the most peripheral part of this diaphragm, it develops from the mesenchyme of body wall. Okay, so some intercostal and sensory nerve fibers, some intercostal nerves, okay, they also contribute to the peripheral part of the diaphragm, give its sensory supply. So you should know that overall the phrenic nerve, it supplies both motor and sensory fibers to diaphragm, whereas the thoracic intercostal fibers, they supply sensory supply to, they give sensory supply to peripheral part of diaphragm. Okay, now you know that fetal period is from beginning of ninth week to birth. Third to eighth week is period of embryogenesis or the period of organogenesis. Okay, so and overall length of pregnancy, you know, is 280 days, or you can say 40 weeks from the onset of last normal menstrual period, or 266 days or 38 weeks after fertilization. Okay, and now some important fetal events. In the 7th week of fetus, I had already discussed some important events in various weeks earlier also. Okay, but add these two. Okay, in the 7th week of fetus, the taste buds appear. Also, in the 10th week, and in the 10th week, swallowing reflex begins. Okay, so you can say that the baby, it begins to swallow the amniotic fluid from 10th week onwards properly. Okay, and from 24th week onwards, sucking reflex begins, and 28th week onwards, the eyes become sensitive to light. The next concept is of somatopleura and splanchnoplura. Actually, this is nothing but according to Langmans, uh, like somatopleura is when the parietal layer of lateral plate mesoderm plus overlying ectoderm combined together is called as somatopleura. Okay, but some, if such confusion is not given in your exam, okay, then you should think that somatic and parietal is the same thing, because it is given only in one book, like somatopleura and parietal mesoderm is given separately. What is this concept actually? See, in the beginning we had read about, this is Langmans, we had read that this is your neural tube formation, this is ectoderm, this blue colored, this is notochord, here is dorsal aorta, here is paraxial and then intermediate mesoderm. Now I am going to talk about the lateral plate mesoderm, which is lateral most. It splits into two layers, as we know, the your parietal mesoderm and the visceral mesoderm. This yellow colored layer is the endoderm, we know. So the uh, visceral mesoderm, it goes around the this endoderm. Okay, and this parietal mesoderm, it goes above. Okay, so now you can see when the lateral folding happens. Okay, when the lateral folding happens in the cross sections, we know that folding of embryo occurs in lateral direction, laterally as well as cephalocaudally. So this is lateral folding. We are looking at cross sections. Now you can see that because of this lateral folding, it, you can think it as a balloon, that this balloon is covering around this. So when these body folds, it come along this, then this parietal mesoderm, it comes beneath the, it, when it is folding, you can think that this parietal mesoderm, it is going beneath the ectoderm, as you can see here. Okay, so you can see that this uh, endoderm, it is this yolk sac cavity, it is gradually constricting more and more. There are two constrictions, one small constriction here and big one is here. Okay, and gradually what happens, this part, this forms the gut tube, and remains in connection with yolk sac. Okay, initially this whole part is yolk sac, but later on, because of rearrangement, this forms the gut tube, as you can see here, because of constriction. Okay, and this yolk sac, it gets separate out from this, and mesoderm is rearranged like this. Like this forms the gut tube. Okay, this is a transverse section. This forms the gut tube, and the mesoderm, it comes as dorsal mesentery, uh, dorsal mesentery, aligning it with, or you can say connecting it with the posterior abdominal wall later. Okay, so as you can see, because of folding, what happens, this layer, as you can see, this was the parietal layer, है ना? So parietal layer along with overlying ectoderm, it is called as the somatopleuric layer. Okay, and this layer that is visceral mesoderm along with underlying endoderm, it forms the splanchnopluric layer. Okay, so as it is clear from this image that this parietal mesoderm, or you can say somatopleuric mesoderm, it forms the forms the outer parietal layer of this is the intraembryonic cavity, है ना, and this one. Okay, and this parietal mesoderm along with overlying ectoderm, it forms the, basically parietal layer, it forms the your outer parietal layer of pleural, pericardial and peritoneal cavities, and the splanchnic or the visceral layer, it covers the heart, lungs, abdominal organs, etc. Okay, and you can see here this part. Okay, this part where the dorsal and ventral mesentery, so dorsal and where the parietal and visceral layers, they are continuous with each other. Okay, it will form the dorsal mesentery. So dorsal mesentery is formed by continuation or combination of both, or merging of both parietal and visceral layer of lateral plate mesoderm. Okay, and function of this dorsal mesentery is to suspend the gut tube from the posterior body wall into the peritoneal cavity.